Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good morning so far. It is Tuesday, November 12th. We're about 3 minutes away from the open here in New York. Not a whole lot of news today. A bunch of Fed speakers, and that's pretty much it on the planned news front, but anything can happen. This is the Two Sisters 1 minute chart, guys, in the pre-market. But let's start with the daily frame, shall we, before we get going here. As you can see, been kind of grinding sideways here for the last three sessions. This session is the third, of course. We have an inside day on both the Nasdaq and the S&P. Doji style bodies, very indecisive here over Asia and through the UK. In fact, this open here on New York is pretty much at the same level as the London 1 minute open range overnight. And so there's not been a whole lot of movement here, just kind of a grind up and down throughout the day. And we can see that here on the 1 minute chart. You can see that down and then back up again, all hanging around the VWAP, volume weighted average price, about to open here in less than 2 minutes. This is my trading grid, guys, and there's that inside day on the daily. This is a 30-minute chart and then a 1 minute chart on the right hand side. Let me expand the 30-minute chart here, guys. Today I had a little bit of extra time here this morning, and so I sent these zone markings to my group and just asked them to think about what their story, their pre-market story might be, given these support and resistance areas up here, this one and this one, essentially going back to yesterday in the New York session. This one, of course, very much dead center New York, rejecting at the base of it. And then we go back here to Friday of last week. Of course, today is Tuesday, where we had this drop and then support in the UK session and driving back up again. Anything can happen on the open. We could blast all the way down here and even through here into this clean traffic range. We could blast up to the top. There's no reason necessarily why prices have to stop here and reverse down or stop here and reverse back up or anything of that nature. This is all about waiting to see what prices do, how they react to the dance at the time of interacting with these zones, and how the candles interact with each other in the middle of a range. And so here we go, guys, waiting for the open to happen. And when it does, I'll bring you back. And I'll be cutting out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments. We'll keep this video nice and tight. As always, I know I repeat the same things every day, and I do that on purpose, becoming a master of a single defined process. And I believe that every day trader should be doing something similar. Not that my way is right, but about repetition becoming the mother of skill. I'll bring you back in a moment. All right, guys, the 1 minute open range is done. Looking to push down below here. I'm not going to do anything out of the gates here. I'm going to let this thing break the open range and just see where we go from there. Indecisive daily, marginal bearish body, but inside day, as I mentioned, and we're inside this range as well. Back to the Two Sisters. We are inside the open range barely with the S&P, and now just breaking down below a little bit here in the Nasdaq. But again, I won't be jumping on this anytime soon. And driving down without me. 30-second chart now, guys, on the right-hand side. 30-second chart. So driving down here on the 30-minute chart, guys, you can see we have broken 1, 2 candle lows and working on a third here, retesting the open range, pushing back up. That's a quick buy up there, guys. Lots of buying interest coming in here. S&P as well, both back inside the open range. See if we reject here. I might get interested in this short if we break back down below. I'm just bringing a marker out here, guys. You can see we're getting a little whippy at this point. This is just a marker. It's not an actual order yet. Just remaining cool, calm, and collected. Just watching the dance. Nice and cool, nice and calm. Nice and collected, whatever that means. No live orders yet. Now adjusting my stop to above the open range. Sometimes I'll use the 30-second right on the open there just to get some more surgical detail, but not needed after the first few candles. Most days. Some days I keep it on for the duration. All right, this idea is canceled, guys. There's too much strength here, and certainly the moment we go above open range, no interest in shorts. So that's the dance. We are above open range now. We have one closing candle so far, not touching it yet. To me, this feels very confused and indecisive. And so I'm just going to relax and watch it dance. If a big move happens without me, not a problem at all. There'll be another one coming along, either today or tomorrow. As long as we're in the top part of this range, guys, I'm likely to do nothing. If we get up here into this clean traffic zone, different story. If we make our way down through here and into here with conviction below the open range, that could open up some opportunities as well. But for now, there's nothing happening here for me. Look at that daily, guys, completely indecisive. That's a neutral candle by all measures. And the grind continues here, guys. S&P not participating in this last leg up here on the NASDAQ. Again, this is looking very much like a no trade morning. On a day like this, I really like to see alignment and confirmation. In other words, if we're breaking areas like here and then here and here and here, I want to see this doing the same or even stronger than this. This is my vehicle of choice, of course, is NASDAQ. So even if the S&P is looking stronger, I'm still only going to trade the NASDAQ. And the grind continues, guys, looking for that participation in the ES. I don't always need it to participate fully, but on a grindy day like this, I do like to see it. Some of you will remember that I used to use the Three Sisters, looking for alignment with the Dow and the S&P. I have reduced that to simplify it for my members to just the S&P. It really is a more highly correlated index these days. And so that really helped a lot of traders, I think, to kind of simplify this whole correlation analysis piece. I'd like to see a 30-minute close above here in this clean traffic range before doing anything. I'm not prepared yet to take a long just above here for the sake of it. That would still, that would be just above this wick. That would be a new high for the session. A little bit tempting. Let me just think about this, guys. Yeah, if I did that, the way I would handle it is having my stop below this shift candle that brought us back out of the open range here. I'm going to contemplate that, guys, but I'm not there yet. I want to see how much juice comes back into this right here. All right, pressing up. We had this big wide-ranging candle and now pushing up, or trying to. Let's go back to the S&P. Really sleeping though, not loving that. This is not a live order. It's just a marker. All right, guys, deleting that marker, and it's going to sit here and watch the grind. All right, guys, we're back, and as you can see, we are still grinding inside and around this open range and inside of this no trade zone for me. Just sent this note to my group. As long as prices are in here, I'm doing nothing. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. I don't want to keep you going too long. It's 10:20. I'll edit out a bunch of the dead air here, but you can see what this is all about. And if anything does set up here, I'll come back. I'll do a separate video, and we'll do a trade video. But this was a masterclass, if you will, on how not to trade or why not to trade. Have an amazing afternoon. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon.